Alright, today we're gonna talk about masking. Okay, what is masking actually? Well, just look at masking. It's like something you want to put a layer on something to mask something. It doesn't have to be mask something. It could be for cutting something or. But anyway, alright, let me load a video really quick. Okay, go movie. Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's say you want to mask this car, or cover this car, or blur this car. You know, there's some way you can do it. You know, actually, one of the way to cover the car, you could add an image. Let's see. Let's say, oops. Alright, let's just say, alright, sometimes your image could be too big. You know, it's not the actual size. What Blender trying to do is just try to fit the whole screen instead. So there's this thing called image offset. When you click on it, it gives you the actual size, you know. But of course, this is still not the right size of that image. What you could do is add an effect to it. If you don't really need an effect, if you think that's the right size, you can just go alpha over. It would have been over here, and you would just like cover this up like this, right? But since it's a little too big, you can make sure this is clicked. You have to select it, go to effect strip, transform, and always hide this when you transform. And then you go to this like you just did earlier, alpha over, but this time you can scale this. Click on right here, and see, you can scale this. I position it. Okay, here's the thing. This is not enough to rotate it, by the way. This is not enough to mask, because this is the video. What video does, each frame it will move, right? So there's two ways you can animate this and cover this. You know, you go frame by frame, right? So from each frame, make sure this is selected. You can press this record button here and go to each frame, and any changes made, it will apply to that frame. And if you don't want to do that, you could manually enter the keyframe yourself. Like for example, starting from right here, alright? You could press I. So that insert keyframe already. So let's just say you move 5 frames forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's in different position, right? So what you want to do is reposition it like that and press I again. Now if you notice, you go back, press the arrow key. No, I'm using the arrow key right now. If you notice, right here, reposition it again and press I. Alright, let's see. Whoa, what happened? Did I not put it right? Oh, I'm sorry. That's not how it works. Okay. This is how you enter a keyframe. I apologize. Not from here. So, from here, okay, say this is the position you want. You gotta make sure. Oh, by the way, this panel right here, you can get this panel by pressing N. N. Letter N as in no. Okay. So, to animate, make sure you just pretty much a move, right? This is where you control this. So all you have to do is just make sure you press I right here, and you notice it will highlight this part right here. So you move 5 frames forward, 1 2 3 4 5, or maybe 6, or maybe as much you want, whatever. And then you see this part right here. So you move this part again to cover that, and you press I, and you notice it's highlighted. So when you're moving back and forth, you move back, you notice, just follow the car. Alright, that's one of the way you could use the image to mask something you don't like. So let me get rid of this. The point right now, you want to do a masking. Is there a difference between the image masking and the blender masking? There is actually, because with the blender masking, you can put an effect into it, like blur. You know, not like you could put a blur image. You could put a blur image, but it won't be as clean as the effect blur. So what you want to do right now, say you want to blur this out, create another window like this, just by dragging on the corner. Okay, oops. Alright, and on this side, go down to right here, and then go to UV. Is it? Yeah. Go here, and you'll get this. Remember, you gotta imagine this as a screen of this, right? And anything you open here, it does not affect this video here. Okay, but however, you do want a reference here. So in order to do a reference here, first, now you notice that you're in view mode. From view mode, go to mask. Now you get this function right here, right? And from mask, click on new. This, it doesn't have to be mask. You could relabel this to 1, so you could know that the mask that you created is referring to this, because sometimes you could have like 2 to 3 masks. So you want to name them. Instead of name them mask, you could call it 1 or anything you like. And from here, click this out. From here, you want a reference of this. So what you do, you go open and look for that same file that you just opened, which is this one that I opened. Okay, you notice how you get this screen right here. Alright, this is pretty much from the beginning. So what you want to do, you press N, right? And you want to make sure you match moving length. It will match the total length from here to here. Okay, I think I should hold on. For example, page up, and then 6254. So it just stopped from right here. Anyway, where is it? Okay, we're here. Okay, all right. So right here, you could match moving length, right? So it'll show you right here 6253, 6254 is very close, right? Because it's just 1 frame different, which is that one right there. Then you could tell where you want to start. You could start from frame 1, okay? And then offset. This is very important, okay? Because you don't want to have 2 different, how you notice right here? It's two different it's not matching, right? It's not matching. It's two different parts, so you gotta make sure this is 0. Now you have the same where you're supposed to be at, so you move this up, right? Why is it not moving? Oh, auto refresh. Make sure this is click on, so it will, so whatever you move at, it will always refresh to that spot. So like I said, this is just a reference. This have nothing to do with, you know, whatever changes you made here have nothing to do with affecting this video here until later on. So let's see, where am I? Okay, right here. You want to mask this part right here. So what you do is press Control and then left click on your mouse to add like point. So hold Control and press left click of your mouse. Okay, there you go. There, you got that cover. It's not perfect. I'm just doing this for the point of the video. And you notice how I left this 2 open. Normally by default Blender will close it for you, but this is the mask, you know, you created it. So, and right here it also move, right? So you have to do what you just did earlier into a keyframe. So instead of insert keyframe right here, which is kind of hard, you can't really enter no keyframe. So what you do here, you press this button right here. It will automatically enter a keyframe for you on each frame that you made changes to, you know. So what we do here, I click on this. So let's say you skip ahead to 5 frames later, or 6 frames later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no changes. Okay, let's keep skipping until we see changes. Okay, right here. Now this is a different keyframe. You can do this by pressing the arrow key on your keyboard. So you press A for R, right? You notice how it highlight? You press A and highlight everything, and then you could press G to move it and place it right there. You could place these individually if you want, yeah, and move it right here if you want, right? But you just want to cover that, so you could select R by pressing A. Okay, now let's move another keyframe ahead. Alright, it's almost done. So I press G again and move it, and then let go. It will automatically record that. You don't have to worry about pressing an I key or anything like that. Okay, so we're pretty much done here. You can just unclick that, and then now let's go over to this. Let's press N. Let's go over to this side. Okay, now you could apply this. You could apply this mask by pressing this. Go down and modify. Oh, actually, this is the sound. This is the movie key. This is movie. There you go, movie. Alright, make sure you're on movie, and then you go down to mask. Alright, now you have your mask there. Press mask. Okay, and look for, see, when the moon one, what you label earlier or name it earlier, 1. Right now we have that mask. Actually, that mask. Maybe I should go to the adjustment layer. Let me undo this mask. Let me add a adjustment layer. You go add effect chip adjustment layer, or maybe actually you go this. You want to blur it, so actually you go to effect chip, you go to blur. I'm sorry, we don't need adjustment layer. We need the blur, which is this one right here. Oh, what happened to it? It's not there. Let me try add again. Go effect chip, as blur. Oh, seems like I need an adjustment layer. Alright, I'm sorry again. Okay, effect chip, adjustment layer. Alright, and then from adjustment layer, add blur. Okay, let's hide that. And then from blur, go down to mask. And then from mask, you click on mask and you look for the changes that you made. Okay, and then did this have to be on top? See, make sure you go alpha over. There you go. I'm sorry. Alright, so on the blur, make sure you have this, because by default it's on replace, right? That's why you get this part right here. So make sure you go alpha over, that way it's overlay onto the video. So on this bar here, I think this effect strip, I think right here is where you blur out the more values. You notice it's blur. It's blurring, alright, because that's where the mask was applied. So if you were to move the keyframe, you notice it's still blur. It's follow, because you see, you notice right here. Let me bring this out a little bit. You see how it's following it, because you animate it that way. It's not blurry anymore. Okay. So another thing you can do is, it doesn't have to apply to this movie. Say you want to do an image. Okay, image. Let me put an image in. Let's use this one again. Alright. Over. Okay, say this image. Remember how I tell you? This right here, from this corner to corner, is what you want to mask. Okay. You may be masking the car. It does not mean that you are actually masking the car. You're just masking this area right here. Okay, so imagine you want to do some changes to this new image that you bring out, and you somehow position it right here. What do you think will happen when you position this image right here? it will actually mask this image along you apply a mask onto this image. So just here's what I mean. Alright, on this bar, you go down, and then you go to structure mask. This will only apply the mask onto this image. Okay, so like you just did earlier, click on mask and click on that one. It's gone. So it will only show up when you move this image right here. Watch. Let me bring it out so you can see it. Okay, so you see I'm moving it right here. So I'll bring it back right here. It will show up when your mask will show up when I open it. This is pretty much just open your eye or close your eye. Right, see? There you go. This is the exact shape of this part right here. Right? You know, so when you move, it shows the exact shape of this part. So at first it wasn't like this. This is actually the full image. You know, but when you put a mask on it, it only show up on the area that you mask, you know. So you can blur this area, or you could have you know, something over there which is like this. It cut I could move it. Watch, I move it, it's still gonna retain the same shape. Let's see, where is it at? Right here. Okay, let's go down. You see, you notice? You notice it's actually just that area that you mask. Another cool thing you can do with that mask is well, you add a, let's just say, add an adjustment layer. You can change the color of that area. Adjustment layer. Alright, let's extend this so you can see. So in the adjustment layer, you can say go to hue. You should notice this is yellow. Alright, hue. And then you notice this is a mask, right? So click on mask and look for that mask, which is 1. Okay, so you notice there's another cool thing you could do with the mask, which is, you notice this color is yellow. You can change that to no color or black and white, which is just go like this. Just bring down the value. See, now you notice the color is gone. Right? How cool is that? Alright. Wow, every other still have color except for this car here. So you remove, it's no longer yellow unless you bring up the value. The yellow came back. Right? So this is what many things you can do with the mask, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much covered most everything about math. So I see you guys next time. Peace.